Okay, again, welcome to Equitable Grading Practices, this module, self-paced module here. And I just wanted to do a quick video that runs over kind of the basics of it, the navigation and big picture overview, things like that. So most of this work is based on Joe Feldman's work, Grading for Equity, this book right here. That's the one. That's the first book I read, and now I've since then watched all kinds of videos and read all kinds of books and things. So there's a lot of extra added into it and my own 2 cents for my own teaching practices. But just to kind of give you a rough sense, this is mostly about Feldman's work. So the course is going to be broken up into 5 modules. That's my plan, at least, is 5 modules. I've only gotten the first few done right now. And each one is going to kind of walk you through some of the process. The first module, module 1 that you're starting in now, is really about the big picture. It's about the idea, the mindset shift that needs to happen. That's the hardest part. It was the hardest part for me as I was starting to look at this. How do I change the way I think about grading first before I start looking at the practices? When I got the book, Joe Feldman's book, the first thing I did was write to the practices. And some of them were like, well, that's a stupid idea. And then as I read the beginning sections, I started to realize, I see where they're going, why they're doing that more so, and started to get the bigger picture. So I encourage you, really think hard about the module 1 questions and really dig in on them, because I do think they are very, very important to doing the work. So real quick, let's look at our navigation on here. This is a self-paced course, so I recommend that you go through each one. You'll kind of see there'll be objectives for each of the sections. There'll be a little video. I try to keep them as short as possible, under 10 minutes, absolutely. At the bottom, you will see, actually underneath the video will be the kind of text of the video, roughly speaking, what's in the video. And then down at the very bottom, there's an up next, setting the context, and this is kind of going to be a link to the next one in the series. So I kind of recommend going through that way. Please do leave comments, especially if you see there's some sort of error or mistake, or you have a real big pushback on something that's being mentioned, then please leave a comment down there. At the top, if you want to just jump around, if you're coming back for reference and you want to see something again, there is a full navigation menu up here where each of the different sections will be listed out. So you can jump around as needed. And that'll be true for all of them. Module 3 isn't built yet, so as we get to that point, that will be built out as well. So just so you kind of get a sense of where we're going with it. There also is going to be a guided note, so you don't have to do this unless your district really wants you to do it, but I really strongly recommend you take some notes as you go through the process so you can learn a little bit more and reflect on it. But most importantly, please reach out to me. It's important that you understand, to me, that this course is not done. I certainly am no master of equitable grading. I am learning along with you. The things that I have learned and that may have worked in my context in the middle school that I taught in may not work in your school, and so you're with your students. So none of this is like set in stone. It's the mentality shift, and this one here, this first bullet, it's about shifting our focus towards learning and growing, and away from compliance and ranking that we've been doing for so many years. So as long as that is the focus, and as long as that is kind of the direction you're heading it in, that's great. I'm really hopeful about that. Motivation will be a big part of this. I really think that figuring out how we use grading as a tool to truly motivate students to learn, not just to have the hammer and or the stick and the carrot above them to kind of keep them going along, but actually have them intrinsically motivated. That's the goal. Not always easy. I understand. I definitely do that. And I just want to say again, like, this is not the way to do it. There are many, many ways to do it. So hopefully we can work together. I really would love to highlight some of your voices. So as you go through this and you start to implement these practices, I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas and get them into this course so that others can learn from what you've learned, and we can all grow together as a community. So please, again, reach out, send me an email, and or put a comment in the bottom, and I'll get that email as well. But good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.